All right, guys. All righty. All right, guys. We are live with another one. Okay. We are live with another one. Okay. Welcome to the channel. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. That's it, guys. This is this is gonna be a different type of live today, okay? This is gonna be a different type of live today, guys. All right, Mustard. Welcome to the channel, guys. How you doing, Mustard? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. All right, how you doing? I already saw the thumbnail. Poor Guru. Well, if you saw the thumbnail, this is going to be a different type of live, guys. Okay? This is going to be a different type of live right now. All right? I'm going to go in. I sat back. Okay? I was basically like a fly in a room. Okay? Just watching everything happen. And let me tell you something. With this weekend having no UFC, it's been lit. It's been live, okay? For all the wrong reasons. And that is just being honest, guys, okay? There's been a lot of things going on in the MMA community. All right? And I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to give you my specific opinion. Okay, of what, how do I feel? Do I think, someone might be in the wrong position right now? Okay, is someone being a bully in this community? All right, we are going to touch base with all of that. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Even if he was baiting, Raja was being a big dumb animal. All right, guys, we're gonna get into it since everybody knows, the topic at hand already. How you doing, Dalen? Welcome to your channel. Welcome to your chat. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. All right, we're gonna go into this motherfucker headlong, okay? Because as everybody knows in the MMA community, okay, Rampage Jackson's son, okay, over the weekend or in the beginning of the week, there was a situation, okay, with Rampage Jackson's son. And it had to do with wrestlers, okay? It had a lot to do with wrestlers. And unfortunately, somebody took a beat down, okay? And it all started outside of a little arena, okay, where a wrestler grabbed a can of beer, all right, and smashed it. I'm talking smashed it on Rampage Jackson's son's head, all right, in front of everybody to see. And Rampage Jackson's son, Raja, whatever his name is, okay, I'm just going to keep calling him Rampage Jackson's son, okay? He didn't take it too well, okay? He didn't take it too well. He took it as disrespect, actually, okay? And unfortunately, later on that night, Rampage Jackson's son got permission. He actually got permission from somebody in that organization, in that wrestling organization, okay? Somebody told Rampage Jackson's son to go in there and get his back. Okay. Now, Rampage Jackson's son jumps into the ring, picks up this wrestler who smashed a can on his head for everybody to see. Okay. Rampage Jackson grabs that guy in the middle of of action. All right, they were having a wrestling match, and Rampage Jackson's son jumps into this ring, grabs that guy, okay? Picks him up like a freaking toy, slams him as hard as he can on the canvas of this ring, and proceeds to beat him to a pulp, guys. I'm talking bully beatdown style, okay? Punched him multiple times in the face, knocked him out. Look, guys, it got to the point where this guy was unconscious. He was not waking up. All right? He had disease. All right? He had disease for sure, guys. Okay? Later on that night, Rampage Jackson's son actually fled the scene. Okay? He fled the scene after the whole situation, after the whole scenario. He fled the scene, okay? And then somebody in that organization actually called Rampage Jackson's son and told him, we're in trouble. This guy, this wrestler who you just, beat down in front of everybody to see, there was many cameras, he's not waking up. It's been damn near 10 minutes now, and he's not waking up, Rampage. We got the ambulance coming, okay? Police is coming. We got to rush this guy to the hospital, okay? Because something is obviously wrong with this guy, okay? He's taken, CTE type of trauma to his head to the point where he wasn't waking up, and they brought him to the hospital, and there they gave him the care that he needed, all right? Thank the Lord, okay? Thank the man above that the guy didn't die, okay? But let me tell you something. I want to say for like 24 hours, okay, Rampage Jackson's son was on pins and needles. I'm talking pins and needles, guys. Okay? Because nobody really knew what was going to happen to this wrestler. Was he going to die? Was he going to be, in a wheelchair for the rest of his life? We didn't know. Okay? But he made it through. Okay, he made it through. He's making a recovery right now, a full recovery right now in the hospital. Okay, he even started a GoFundMe account. He raised over $100,000 to help him pay for the hospital bills. Okay, and this wrestler who took a beatdown from Rampage Jackson's son, he's going to be fine. He is going to be okay. Obviously, he's not pressing any charges because from what I could see, Rampage Jackson's son is not being arrested. Okay, let me get a drink here and let me read some of these comments right now. Let me read some of these comments here. Let me start from the beginning. Dean, welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to your channel, man. How you doing? Mustard says the prop can Roger got hit in with the impact of balloon hitting your head. They're literally mostly cardboards. Mustard, I tried to read what you just read, but it was all over the place. Dean said, what's up, gang? How you doing, Dean? Dean on the scene. What's up? How have you been? Dean, I've been good. I've been good, okay? I had to take a little hiatus because I wanted to be a fly on the wall while all this drama went down, okay? And now here comes the video. His son's name is Raja. Look, guys, I know his son's name. I do understand that. I could give a shit, okay? I could give a shit about what his name is. I'm going to keep calling him Rampage Jackson's son because obviously if this guy wasn't Rampage Jackson's son, nobody will be talking about it. Nobody will be talking about a wrestler getting beaten in the ring, okay? They will just be talking about a wrestler getting beaten in the ring by, some ordinary guy, okay? But unfortunately, he is Rampage Jackson's son, all right? And that's what I'm going to continue calling him because that's the reason why everybody is running with this story. Let me read some of these comments before I continue going in. Roger Crash Out of the Year. Mustard, you say he is Crash Out of the Year, but hold on. How are you? Bald Kitty, I am good. What are you talking about? I am talking about the drama that is going on with Rampage Jackson's son and what occurred that day. Yo, what is the topic today? Topic of today, okay, is I'm about to get into it right now. Hold on a second. Let me tell you something. It's a creator. How are you? I am doing good. Man, that almost got a beaten death, man. Hopefully, the hospital don't rip him off knowing about the GoFundMe account. Scandalous shit. Roger clowning. I would never have I would never trust having this guy in the MMA ring. What if he starts attacking opponents after he fights like a dumb animal? Bro, what do you think? What you think? Who have advantage in the cage, wrestlers or strikers? I don't know. But all right, guys. Now, with this whole drama of Rampage Jackson's son, a lot of people went and made multiple videos. Okay, I'm talking about almost every. Just imagine every person that is a part of this MMA community. Okay, and basically covers MMA. They basically made a video. They made multiple videos. All right, but there was one particular person who, guys, a lot of people saying that this guy went too far. Okay, he went too far, and I'm gonna bring his name in. Okay, I'm gonna bring up his name because it's long overdue, guys. And that guy is MMA Guru. Okay, MMA Guru had a lot to say about Rampage Jackson's son and about Rampage. Okay, he basically he agrees with Mustard. MMA Guru basically says, Rampage Jackson's son should go to jail for life. Basically saying he's an animal. He said multiple things, but there's one thing in particular that MMA Guru said that I believe might have been too far. And honestly, I think a lot of people think he drew the threshold a little bit too far. Okay? But we're going to get into that. Let me read some of these comments. Bro, what do you what happened? Fist and claw. I'm going to let you know right now, okay, guys? Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, okay? I am just a pilot, all right? The only channel where the fans come first, not last. But let me go into it, guys, all right? MMA Guru said a lot of things, a whole bunch of shit, okay? Maybe I agree with some of the stuff. Maybe I don't agree with some of the stuff. But there's one comment that MMA Guru did say that I don't agree with at all, okay? And I thought, you know what? It's time, guys. It's time to get on the live and talk about this. There's no better time for this, especially that now is dwindling down. All right? Everybody has made their videos about this, and I have yet to make mine. Okay? And I was waiting for this opportunity. I knew somebody was going to be out there. I knew somebody stupid was going to be stupid enough to say something that was going to be out of control. And here it is, guys. I quote. Okay? I quote. Let me get a drink before I say this. I quote, guys. All right? Let me make sure the mic is hot. And it is. I quote, guys. This is what MMA Guru said on his live. Okay? And it had me investigating his chat. Literally, it had me investigating his chat. It had me investigating his Twitter. I wanted to find out more about this MMA Guru. Okay? I already knew about MMA Guru. However, I'm not on his channel like that. I don't watch his videos like that. All right? And I don't know really much about his community. Okay? But after these comments, I definitely did some FBI investigation work. Okay? Here's the comment that MMA Guru said on his live, okay, that he might have just passed that threshold, guys. He might have just passed the threshold. And here it is. For actions like this, we should be able to call him, and he's referring to Rampage Jackson's son, okay? For actions like this, we should be able to call him the Word. The Word. Now, when I saw this, I really wanted to, I didn't want to misconstrue what MMA Guru was saying. I didn't want to misconstrue it. So I was like, okay, what word are you talking about specifically? Specifically. Okay? And as I went into my investigation on his Twitter and on his YouTube channel, I knew what word he was talking about. And now I know what word he was talking about. Okay? MMA Guru was talking about the hard R, if you know what I mean, guys. Okay? You know what I mean. I repeat, this is MMA Guru's quote. For actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. Is MMA Guru a racist? I don't know. But this is a big question. Okay? I know for a fact there ain't no fucking way that I'm gonna be out here saying things like that. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be on this live saying things like that. However, I do come from New York City. I was born and raised in New York City, so there's a different type of culture, you know, that Spanish and black folks, when we talk to each other and congregate amongst each other, there's a certain slang and a way that we carry ourselves and the way we talk. Okay. And we definitely don't use the hard R. All right, do we use the word? Yeah. But do we use the hard R? That's a hell no. All right. It wouldn't even come to mind to even say something like that. To even say that, okay, because this person said this, I have the right to say this. I think you need to reevaluate, okay, yourself. If you even bringing up topics like this, in my opinion. Okay. Now, am I saying that MMA Guru is a racist? I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. Okay. But when you look at his community, his Twitter, his YouTube channels, and you start reading the comments, guys, it's really hard not to say that most of, I'm not going to say all, but most of those comments are either two things. Okay. They agree with it and they're just totally racist. Okay. Totally racist. Okay. Or you have other people calling MMA Guru a retard. All right. There's no in between, really. You know what I mean? It's either they dislike MMA Guru or they're full blown out, you know, with their, you know, KKK suits, guys. Okay. I'm talking pitchforks and everything. All right. So I went ahead. After investigating his YouTube, I went on his Twitter. I wanted to find out a little bit more about MMA Guru and his community. And even on his Twitter, his followers, which they are, let me tell you something, they are true fans, okay? Because they're not afraid to show them true selves. Even on his Twitter account, guys, I'm talking just white suits with pitchforks. I'm dead serious. A whole bunch of them. Okay? And then I started thinking and I started watching some of the videos, you know, of the past, of some of the old videos of MMA Guru way back when. You know what I mean? And I started putting two and two together, okay? One, MMA Guru, he's never been really supportive of Muslim fighters. For some odd reason, MMA Guru, he hasn't really been supportive, okay, of Muslim fighters. So then I started thinking, okay, if he hasn't been supportive of Muslim fighters, could that be that he's a racist? Or wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. I'm not gonna jump the ship yet, okay? I'm not gonna call him a full blown out racist just yet, okay? I'm not gonna do that. All right, I'm not gonna burn him alive. But hold on a second, okay? Is he a full blown out racist? Or can it be that MMA Guru just likes a certain style of fighter? Okay, maybe. Hey, that can be a possibility. That can be a real possibility, guys. Okay, maybe he doesn't like wrestlers. Okay, maybe he doesn't like wrestlers. Maybe he likes striking. He likes action. He likes seeing action. Okay. But then, you start investigating and watching more videos like I have, and you start noticing a trend. You start noticing a trend, especially after UFC 319. Now we already know, after watching so many videos and doing my investigation, I already know MMA Guru is definitely biased. Definitely biased. Okay. And when it came to Dricus du Plessis versus Chimaev, he definitely wasn't supportive of Chimaev. Okay, definitely wasn't supportive of Chimaev. He was screaming his lungs out. He was literally screaming his lungs out, saying that Chimaev is boring. He's not a good, mixed martial arts fighter, and that he hates these type of fighters. And I'm just like, it's not looking too good for you, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying he's a racist. I'm not. But, guys, with comments like this, and I repeat, for actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. Look, I'm just going to say this outright. I wouldn't say something like that. This wouldn't be something that I would just blurt out. I wouldn't even be thinking about it. It wouldn't even be in my brain. Okay, so I don't know what to make of it. All right, and yes, he's been very, very crucial towards Muslim fighters. But again, that could be because he likes specific style of fighters. Okay, that can be. All right, but if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, the most likely is a motherfucking duck, guys. Okay? Let me get a drink because it's heating up, guys. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, guys. Support the community. What are you guys doing? Let me read some of these comments. I gotta go way back. Hold on. All right, here it is. Mustard says, you can't even count it as Raja getting his get back. He literally shook hands with the wrestler before and squashed the beef, and so we thought. Okay, Guru, to be fair, is coming from a place of anger and feeling bad for the wrestler. From what I've seen from him, he seems to hate when bad things happen to decent people. Mustard, I get it. I get where you're coming from, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay. I just don't. I am not gonna say that MMA Guru is here feeling sorry for this wrestler, a person that he doesn't even know this wrestler from a hole in the wall. All right. Honestly, in my behalf, I happen to think this is just content for him. Okay. In my opinion, I'm just being real. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Why did Guru even bring up that topic? Exactly, Roger. Why would you even bring up the topic in general? Good question. Are you Indian, bro? No, I'm not Indian. Nah, I think he's Hispanic. Hassan, thank you so much. I am Hispanic. Hassan says, Hassan says, cool. Let me see. What's the point of doing a live if you never stop talking and interact with the viewers? You can get the fuck out the channel then, okay? Because first and foremost, I do interact with the community. All right, first I let out my gist, and then I start reading some of the comments, okay? So shut the fuck up. Hi, how you doing? Aren't you Khabib hater? I'm definitely not a Khabib hater. I am definitely not a Khabib hater at all. At all. I just speak the facts when it comes to Khabib. I was crucial about Khabib. I did say when you look at Khabib's record, he is undefeated. But when you look at his record, I mean, guys, some of those early guys, I mean, his first, I want to say 17, 18 fights, you don't know their names. I'm just being real. That's facts. You don't even know who they are. You don't even, they're probably not even fighting in any organization right now. They're probably working in a factory right now. Okay, and let's not forget, also, I did mention this, he won the belt by beating Al Quinta. Guys, Al Quinta. And Al Quinton was able to take Khabib to 5 rounds. I digress. Let me see. He absolutely hates wrestlers. He is literally dead in. He was literally dead inside when Chimaev was holding down Dricus the whole time. OE versus Raja Jackson. Chimaev versus MMA Guru. Stop the cap. He's racist. He's racist. End of. Hassan. I don't know. Why is the UFC feeding this to Porter, 35-year-old striker, and not wrestlers like Arman? What is going on? Mr. Funk, what is your opinion on Sean Strickland saying Raja shouldn't be arrested? Yeah, Guru is waiting his whole life to say the N-word. He was waiting for an opportunity, guys. But anyways, guys, all right. Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say that MMA Guru is a racist. I'm not going to sit here and say that, but I am going to say, I'm going to repeat this. And I'm going to say this. If it quacks like a duck, and if it walks like a duck, then most likely it's a motherfucking duck, guys. Okay? That's what I will say. That's what I will say, and I will put that out there. All right? Now, going back to the situation at hand when it comes to Rampage Jackson's son and that wrestler, I happen to think that was a work. I happen to think this was a situation where we had somebody that wasn't that experienced in wrestling, okay? And unfortunately, a situation occurred, and it was supposed to be a work. It was supposed to be part of, what was going on that night in that wrestling arena. And unfortunately, it just went the wrong way. Okay, unfortunately, it went the wrong way, and it ended up the way it ended. Now, when it comes to Sean Strickland, saying that Rampage Jackson's son, shouldn't be arrested, I don't know. I mean, guys, the wrestler himself is not pressing charges. So, in my opinion, if the guy who's in the hospital, if the guy who was put in the hospital, guys, okay, and put to sleep in Z's with CTE type of, damage, okay, if that guy is sitting in a hospital right now with a GoFundMe account, all right, and he's not pressing charges, then, in my opinion, what the fuck are we talking about? Why are we being so harsh on Rampage Jackson's son to the point where we have MMA Guru out here saying for actions like this, we should be able to call him the word? How does that make sense? In my opinion, it doesn't make sense at all, guys. At all. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Can you beat Raja? Hell no. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind right now, Combat IQ? I can't beat Raja. The only way I'm beating him is from a distance, because I could shoot a gun really well. Okay? That's the only way I win. I'm not trying to, go against a guy like that. You out of your mind? No way. Hey, Bald Kitty, how you doing? He could probably ask DJ for permission to be fair, Roger. I wonder how DJ feels about this, because he is black. Sean Strickland is loony. MMA Guru is the epitome of MMA journalism, right? Laugh my ass off. Guys, I mean, look. I really thought, when everybody was, making videos, about Rampage Jackson's son, about what occurred and everything, I really thought this was getting out of hand. Like, that's why I didn't get on the live, for a couple of days. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I didn't get on live for a couple of days. Okay, I had things to do. I was tending to other things. Okay, because I just thought it was out of control. I thought it was out of control, and I told myself somebody's gonna make the wrong video, and somebody's gonna say something stupid, and when they do, that's when I'll get back on the live. And MMA Guru was the one. Okay, he was the one to push that threshold. And unfortunately, I I'm not gonna sit here and not say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this cold-heartedly. I'm gonna say it with my chest, actually. Okay, his community is full of racist people. I'm just being real, guys. Go read the comments on his Twitter and on his YouTube channel. Multiple videos, especially those new videos that he has about, Rampage Jackson's son. Guys, I'm talking racism, racist people. I'm talking, trench white coated figures, okay, with their pitchforks and fires, okay, all right, riding in their horses, okay. Sorry, guys. I just had an image. I just had an image of Django. Sorry, like that. I don't know if you guys ever watched Django with Jamie Foxx, but I remember there was this. I just had this image of those guys on the horses, and this guy had he had made masks of with pillowcases, and he had holes on the pillowcases, but the holes were like on the wrong places, and it was just funny to see, guys. Oh God, that was funny. But anyways, I mean, if you can imagine that, that's his community. I don't want to say I don't want to say all of them, but I am going to say a lot of them. I am going to say a lot of them are the people who want to use the hard R. Facts, okay, facts. And for MMA Guru to say a comment like this, for actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. I don't know why you would say something like that. I don't know what type of person would say something like that. The only type of person that would say something like that is if you're racist. Oh my gosh, I said it. Let me read some of these comments. Let me see. I gotta go way back. All right, here it is. Mustard says, this really depends on if you believe it's a work or not, but we should absolutely take this situation as just in case. I hear you, bro. Do you know the whole story? They set up Raja by telling him he can physically beat him, but Raja also crossed the line since he got daddy issues. I agree with you. Dakio, I agree with you. I believe it happened to be a work. You know what I mean? A work that gone wrong. How to says, if someone rolled up on you that way, what do you mean if someone rolled up on me that way? Like if somebody rode, I don't give people opportunities. Okay, I do not give people opportunities. I tell them straight up, keep your distance from me. All right, and I'm telling you, keep it. If I have a problem with you, if I have a problem with you, and you're across the street, and I happen not to see you, do not cross the street. Continue walking that road. Because as soon as you get into my vision, my line of vision, and I notice you and you notice me, and I know we're closing distance on each other, I guarantee you something will happen. And I'm talking about in a distance it'll happen. Mustard said, because if Raja just goes off the deep end on some John Jones shit, then he should absolutely be at least in some kind of trouble. Mustard, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the wrestler himself is not pressing charges on him. So what more is there to say? Hassan said, even Ariel Helwani is more credible than MMA Guru, and that's saying something. Hassan, I can't disagree with you, but I cannot put Ariel Helwani and MMA Guru on the same stratosphere, in my opinion. They're two different type of men. You know what I mean? Like they're two differently type of men. You know what I mean? Like MMA Guru comes from this new journalist type of style. You know what I mean? Where Ariel Helwani, he has some, real professional, like credible, background. So I wouldn't put them, in the same stratosphere. Hassan, do you study engineering? There's always that one person who will say something offhand. It had to be Guru. Roger, I was waiting, but I had no clue it was going to be MMA Guru. I didn't think MMA Guru would and could say something like this, but unfortunately he has, and the video is out there. and you can't take it back. You study engineering. Django is a classic, Roger. It is a classic. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, that image just came into my mind. Hassan said, "What's that got to do with MMA?" Guru is a secret wizard. I don't know, guys. Bro, I think I know. I know you. Do you study at Gigi? I'm saying short for because I don't want to talk about it here. Dakio knows Hassan. Hassan and Dakio are talking to each other right now. What's going on? Dakio, I doubt it because I'm not in USA. All right, Hassan, get off your high horse. Z's, what are you talking about? Get off. Are you talking to me to get off my high horse? Are you talking to me? Because I will get off my high horse and smack the shit out of you. Mustard, I think we should let the wrestlers recover here, his side of the story, and then we can make a fair opinion. Maybe we can, maybe we can, but for right now, we can't say that, Rampage Jackson's son deserves to be arrested and deserves to go to prison for manslaughter and deserves to go to jail and deserves to, be called the hard R. Like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that at all. All right. If the wrestler who took the beating himself is not pressing charges and hasn't called the police, then I'm sorry. There's nothing else to talk about. Dakio says, I know I'm not from USA either. I had a friend the same name as you. I'm wondering if you're him. All right, Dakio and Hassan. Mustard says, and if it is confirmed it wasn't a work, Raja at the very least should be given a warning for the safety of future people he may run into. Maybe some anger management classes will help. I don't know. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Come on, support the community. What are you guys doing? Run up these likes, run up these subscriptions. Let's go. Hassan says, Dakio, I doubt it as I'm in Turkey. That's what's up, Hassan. Nah, you're not him. He had both first and last name as you was the best, as you my best friend. Dakio, cool. Okay. Dakio says, I think MMA Guru was long like this. Rampage son Raja was kind set up because he was allowed to physically hurt Stu, by that dude. Guys, I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't say something like that. They would not. I wouldn't be. There wouldn't be. I wouldn't be out here saying, for actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and call anybody anything. But when you say something like that, people are gonna look at you a certain way, and people are gonna hold you accountable to it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if Rampage. I don't know. If MMA Guru, gets out much or anything like that. But from here on out, hopefully he doesn't bump into a person that doesn't like what he said. Okay, because they might hold him accountable. And I do understand. He'll be able to hold his own. He's a 6-something. 260 pounds. I do understand that, but there's people out there that are bigger than you. Okay. And hopefully, he doesn't catch a beat down like Stu did. All right, but I digress. Let me read some of these comments. Dakio says, you should have done it. No, I mean, Rampage's son Raja was set up by that dude. Yeah, I mean, possibility. How is Stu doing? Is he functional to remember what happened? I mean, he looks good from the pictures that I saw. He looks okay. He looks like he's making a full recovery. It's not like he didn't suffer any cuts. He didn't suffer any bad bruising. It's not like Raja went in there and beat his face to a pulp to the point where his face was lopsided and he looked like he was in an MMA fight. Like, it wasn't like that. He took a couple punches and unfortunately he just went to sleep. Mustard says, send Raja 2 to 3 years anger management and forget brother. Mustard, maybe anger management classes would be good. Maybe, possibility. I think that could be a possibility. But again, I don't know. I don't know the fine details. From my opinion, from what I saw, this was a work gone wrong. Honestly, guys, a work gone wrong. All right. What do you mean? He just sharing his opinion. Oh, thank you, Hassan, for defending me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know, because we got people out here, you know, attacking me, but it's okay. I can hold my own. But thank you, Hassan. Doesn't that Stu guy have PTSD, war veteran? I believe so. I believe so. He is a war veteran or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, he did work for the WWE. He was a wrestler for that organization as well. But yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if I had to give my opinion on Rampage Jackson and Rampage Jackson's son, look, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth in my opinion right now. Look, I don't like Rampage Jackson. You know what I mean? I could care less about Rampage Jackson. I'm not gonna say that I don't like him or I dislike him. From what I could see, I wouldn't like Rampage Jackson. Okay? Because I saw a video of Rampage Jackson at a grocery store, and a fan happened to go up to him and tap him on the shoulder, and Rampage Jackson got mad. Literally, Rampage Jackson got mad and turned around and was like, "Hey, what the fuck, man? What you go up to people and just tap them on the shoulder? That's disrespect, man." And Rampage Jackson actually had the nerve to say that to a fan. It's that was a turnoff to me. That video that I saw of Rampage Jackson, that was a turnoff for me. And ever since then, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of Rampage Jackson at all. At all. All right. I would never go up to Rampage Jackson and be like, hey, how you doing? Aren't you a fighter? I would never. If I saw Rampage Jackson, I would act like he's a fucking normal person because he fucking is. I could care less that he was an MMA fighter. All right. If you're an MMA fighter and you have people tapping you on the shoulder because they want to take a picture with you, you should feel privileged. Okay? Honestly. You should feel privileged that people are actually willing and able to go up to you and ask for a picture. Okay? We have multiple fighters out there that they get bothered, you know what I mean, all over the world. They travel and they have fans go up to them, hug them, you know what I mean, tell them how much they love them. And you don't see, you know, fighters react that way. I've seen Fedor. Where was he, in Japan? Fedor went to Japan, and when he got out of the airport, literally people ran up to him and started giving him hugs. And you know what Fedor did? He gave him hugs back. He gave everybody a hug. There was like over 20 people, and here is Fedor in Japan giving multiple people hugs. That's a person that if I saw Fedor, I would definitely go up to Fedor and be like, I wouldn't even want to touch him or anything like that, but I would definitely go up to him and let him be known like, yo, you are a legend. You are the prime example of what a mixed martial arts fighter should be. All right. Now, with that said, even though I don't like Rampage Jackson, even though I could care less about Rampage Jackson, I don't think that his son should go to jail. Okay. I don't think his son, should be punished to the harshest degree, to the point where he's going to go to prison for multiple years. All right. I'm not going to sit here and say that Rampage Jackson's son deserves to be called the word that MMA Guru has said. Okay. And at the end of the day, when it comes to MMA Guru, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it again. Okay. And I'm going to say it with my chest. All right. If it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, then it's a motherfucking duck. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. All right. I'm done talking about this. We could talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be mixed martial arts related. Rapid fire. Let me read some of these comments. I don't think it was a work. I definitely hope it was. I'd like to see Raja and Stu, after he's recovered, maybe have a civil conversation. Or have a real match. Like I said, I honestly think it was a work gone wrong. Bro, that's scripted for clicks. My point exactly, Hassan. My point exactly. It's funny too, cause you think Fedor was a cold guy, but he's a good guy. Mustard, yes. My point exactly. If you was to walk down the street and see Fedor, right, and you see Fedor, just by the look of his face, he's just a person that you don't want to fuck with. All right, Just by the look of his face, you don't want to fuck with that guy. But when I saw that video of him landing in Japan at the airport, and literally they swarmed Fedor. I'm talking about swarmed him. And they were all giving him hugs, and he was giving hugs back. I told myself, this is the epitome of what a mixed martial arts fighter should be and how they should represent themselves. Not no Rampage Jackson at a grocery store. You tap him in the shoulder, he turns around and gives you fucking attitude and says fuck you. No. For dirtbags like that, I could care less about you. All right, Kevin Harlan had every right to treat you like shit on your podcast after seeing that video. All right, and I don't even like Kevin Harlan either. Jackass. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Mustard, talk about judging a book by its cover. Hassan. Oh man, Hassan. Everyone judge a book by its cover. Everyone has their first opinion when they see someone. I hear you, Mustard. I hear you. But yeah, guys. I had to make this live, man. I had to make this live. Honestly, I thought it was my duty. All right, it was my duty to bring this topic up to this community. All right, so we can talk about this civilly. Okay, even if you disagree with me, hey, we could talk about it. All right. I'm never gonna tell you you can't talk about it. I'm never gonna tell you you have to be this way. I'm not gonna say that. All right. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. All right, but don't get mad at me when I give mine. All right. Let me read. Like if I saw someone pale skin, skinny ribs popping out and dirty, I'll think they don't take as much care of themselves. Good point, Mustard. I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going. LG says Roger went too far if it is real. Dude might be a vegan. LOL, not sure. LG, I don't know. I don't know what's too far. I don't know what's too far, to be honest with you, because in wrestling, people are getting hit over the head with iron chairs. Okay, people are getting choke slammed, okay, into barbed wire. Okay, in wrestling, people are getting hit over the head with a baseball bat that's barbed wire and lit in flames. So what the fuck is too far in wrestling, guys? I'm just being real, okay? Like, what the hell? I'm just being real, guys. I'm just being real. Let's not forget, guys, people in wrestling were getting buried alive. Okay, buried alive. All right, so I don't know what's too far. Is it too far that Owen Hart, okay, was on top of the arena and that when he jumped off, the fucking the safety mechanism for the rope broke off and he ended up, diving 100 feet into the freaking ground and crashed into the ring? Was that too far for Owen Hart? Okay, guys, nobody died. Okay, nobody died. All right, was that too far for WWF? I mean, it was a death. It was a death on live TV. I was watching this live when I was a kid. Okay, I watched the whole thing live when I was a kid about Owen Hart and him crashing, and then JR getting on and telling everybody there was an accident and he actually died. Guys, what's too far when we're talking about wrestling? Hassan said, at Mustard, general observation and judgment, two totally different things, my guy. I can't disagree with Hassan either. Honestly, I can't disagree with Hassan either. That's a good point, Hassan. That is a good point. That is two different things. AK Premium says, hey, OE, it's August. Great. Other account is banned. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is, August. How you doing, August? Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to your channel. Made way back to this channel with another account. How you doing? How you doing? LG says, the 22 punches, LOL, about 8 of them looked clean. I mean, I hear you. I mean, again, Rampage Jackson's son has no experience in wrestling, so he doesn't even know how to sell a punch. Okay, the only way he knows how to sell a punch is by actually landing it. Oh, God. Oh, man. AK Premium says, Snowflake YouTube guidelines probably use some non-PF language again. AK Premium, I don't know what it was, all right? I don't know what it was. Hassan says, Owen Hart or Bret Hart? Owen Hart, Bret Hart. Oh, Bret Hart. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I am sorry. Not Owen Hart. I apologize. It was Bret Hart. I apologize. Thank you, Hassan, for correcting me. Yeah, it was not Owen Hart. I apologize about that. All right, it was his brother, Bret Hart. But yeah, you guys get the gist. You guys just get the gist. But Hassan, thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. That's why we have people in this community to correct me when I'm wrong, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mustard says, I can see where you're coming. I can see where you're coming from, but it doesn't work in this contest, as I don't feel what I said was judging, and more so just an opinion I gained from my observation. Mustard, look, I agree with both of you guys. I agree with Mustard. I agree with Hassan. Okay, I agree with both of you guys. You guys are making great points. That's why I love this community. I honestly do. I love the way we just banter. All right, and we get down to the nitty gritty. I love this. AK Premium says, from South Africa, remember, what's up? How you doing? Yes, I do remember, August. I do remember. Welcome back to your chat. Welcome back to your channel. How you doing? Hassan says, so observation, right, just proved my point. All right. Hello, and Shy. How you doing? I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but how you doing? Yes, sort of. Good. And figure of yours. Good figurines and figure of yours. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love the fact that you love my figurines. Okay, they love you back. Okay, they love you back. Any upcoming fights? OE. Well, there is an upcoming fight, but it's not this Saturday. It's actually next Saturday. We actually have a week of hiatus, guys. Okay, a week of hiatus. There will be no mixed martial arts fights this Saturday from the UFC. All right, the only thing happening this Saturday is Tony Ferguson versus Salt Poppy, which is a sad fucking story. If Tony Ferguson gets KO'd, I am literally going to fall down to my knees and scream, guys. Literally. But we do have next Saturday. Okay, not this Saturday, but next Saturday we do have Emerald versus Caio Borralho. Okay, that is the headliner. Excuse me. I will be making my UFC fight predictions for that most likely Monday and Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. But that is the next big card happening next Saturday, not this Saturday, guys. Okay. Let me read some of these comments. At Mustard, debate over. All right, Hassan, you win. Let me see. Hi, Boniface. How you doing? Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to your channel. How you doing? Opinion on Ankalaev wanting to move up to fight Aspinall if he beats Alex. I think that's a good move. I mean, if Ankalaev is able to beat, Alex Pereira, I say that's a good move. Ankalaev definitely has a lot to offer when it comes to, Tom Aspinall, especially with that heavyweight division being in shambles. Okay. I think it should shake up some things. I honestly do think so, but easier said than done. Ankalaev is going to have to go in there and totally kill Alex Pereira because, in my opinion, if Alex Pereira beats Ankalaev, there will not be a rematch. Alex Pereira will keep that belt, and it will be a champion versus champion situation, against, heavyweight champion against light heavyweight champion. I think that's a possibility. Mars, welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat, making your one-time appearance, 1 month appearance. How you doing? AK Premium says, what's going on with Ferguson? Well, AK Premium, Tony Ferguson is actually fighting Salt Poppy this Saturday. Okay, this Saturday he would be boxing against this guy called Salt Poppy. He actually has a good record, and I just really, really hope that Tony Ferguson doesn't get embarrassed. Okay, because everything is pointing to it. Who is Salt Poppy? He is this character, that he's this, I don't know, some type of Asian character. He's a boxer. He went pro now, but he started off as a character on YouTube. And now he's made a career in boxing, and now he has an opponent in Tony Ferguson, which is a sad story. Mustard says, Salt Poppy, I had a TikToker turned boxer. He actually pretty decent. Mustard, yes, he is a TikToker. Sorry about that. He is a TikToker, a creator, whatever you want to call it. And now he's made a career of boxing. He is really good. That's the reason why I said I really hope Tony Ferguson doesn't get embarrassed, because, like I said, it's literally pointing to that. And I don't know who the fuck is Tony Ferguson's, family, friends, but they should be talking to him right now, sitting him down and telling him, you shouldn't be fighting this guy. All right, you shouldn't be fighting this guy. I think Ankalaev beats Tom at heavyweight. Damn, LG, you said it with your chest, man. Okay, and maybe. Big Ink beats Politan for sure. LG, I mean, based on the first, based on what happened in the first go, I mean, it's hard to deny it. I mean, he was able to outstrike Alex Pereira, which is unbelievable, because Alex Pereira comes from a kickboxing, background, so you expect him to go in there and just pick apart Ankalaev, but that was not the story, guys. It was not. Let me see. Hassan says, at Mustard, is he that guy who charged $1,200 for steak or something? I don't know, Hassan. I'm not sure about that. I just know him as a TikToker that he used to do this running scene. He used to run and pretend like he's running, but he was never running. I don't know. Some bullshit. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Support the community. Come on, guys. Give me some more likes, man. Run up the likes here. AK Premium says, I can't stand these streamers turn boxers going clout and money fights. He's actually good though, AK Premium. He really is. Soul Poppy is actually a good boxer. From what I could see, he's a good boxer. Okay. Mustard says, heavyweight would definitely need that kind of blood. I wouldn't be too mad about who would get to fight Tom. Mustard, honestly, with the heavyweight division being in shambles, I'm just being real with you guys. Okay, if Ankalaev or Alex Pereira was, able to just, move into that heavyweight division, it will bring life into that division. It would literally bring life into it like an IV. Okay. Mustard says, but if we do get lucky, maybe we get Alex and Ankalaev in the heavyweight division. I just said that, Mustard. Before I even read your comment, Mar says, I pray to MMA gods Gone doesn't beat Aspinall. Guys, can you imagine if Cyril Gane beats Tom Aspinall? I already can see it now, guys. I see it now, guys. The UFC, Dana White, are going to be in shambles. Okay? They're going to be in shambles. Mick Maynard, okay, is going to be in shambles. Okay? All of them are going to be in shambles. All right, we're going to start seeing tweets of John Jones saying, I told you so. Here I come to save the day. Can you imagine that, guys? College student says that was absolutely correct. I don't know what you're talking about, college student, but I appreciate it. At Mars, don't pray to MMA guru, though. AK Premium, Bones is coming back. Life is coming back to the heavyweight division. AK Premium, we shall see. We shall see if the heavyweight division starts shaping up, because right now, the way it is, it's toilet water, guys. It's toilet water, okay? Mars says, the MMA gods have a twisted sense of humor. They sure do. Hassan says, AK, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. Stop the cap. Oh, God. But yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in that heavyweight division. I'm just being real. I don't know what's going to happen in that heavyweight division. The middleweight division is fucking exciting. DDP getting totally beaten by Chimaev. Totally impressive. We got Immoral versus Kaio next Saturday. That got huge implications as well. You know what I mean? And then we got Anthony Hernandez versus RDR. That's going to be another good fight there, happening in October. So there's a lot of things happening in the UFC right now that is heating up, guys. It is heating up. Let me see. Mars says, Hassan, not a fan of Piggy. Oh, Mars calling him a piggy. A lot of fun fights there for them. Tom versus Unk, Tom versus Alex, Alex versus Volkov, and Ank versus Cyril Gahn, Alex versus Curtis Blades. A lot of fun fights there. Mustard, I agree with you, and you just put things into perspective, to be honest with you. AK Premium says he is back in testing pool. AK Premium, he is. John Jones is back in the testing pool, but guys, I mean, Dana White said it himself. Okay, Dana White said it himself. You know, he doesn't have any faith in John Jones anymore. Okay, he doesn't, and no do I. I don't have any faith in him either. Hassan says at Mars, what? AK Premium, Bones is back in the testing pool. I read that. LG says heaps of beasts at 170. Prates, the nerd, will make another run. We shall see. Carlos Prates is nasty. He won't be fighting in Rio though. I heard through the grapevine he will not get the opportunity to fight in Rio. LG says do Belal versus Carlos Prates. That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. Mars says, Hassan, you got beef with Guru Zalam. What? Guys, the topic of discussion today was MMA Guru. Okay, Mars? The topic of discussion was MMA Guru, and you know, if you see the thumbnail, then you already know what it is, guys. Okay, MMA Guru did say some comments about Rampage Jackson's son, and we did talk about that earlier. Mars, you missed it, but you can rewatch this live if you're one of those people. At Mars, what you on about? Stop with puns and type. What you mean? Mustard says, as for light heavyweight, I honestly think it's stacked enough. It wouldn't need Ank and Alex to stand on its own feet. Maybe so, but we shall see. We shall see. What's your opinion on Guru? Well, Mars, you got it. I already went into it, Mars. You missed it. But look, I'll give you the gist, all right? Because I am about to get out of here, guys. But I'm going to give you the gist of it, okay? Really, really fast, rapid fire. Here it is, Mars. MMA Guru made a comment about Rampage Jackson's son because Rampage Jackson's son got into a situation where the wrestler, after a wrestler, basically hit him over the head with a can, okay? In my opinion, it happened to be a work gone wrong. Rampage Jackson's son jumps into the ring, slams the wrestler into the canvas, and ends up punching him so hard multiple times to the point where the wrestler wasn't able to be awoken. Okay, he was basically Z'd up. Okay, he was asleep. Okay, and he wasn't waking up. Luckily, he did wake up. All right, he's making a full recovery at the hospital. In my opinion, it's a work gone wrong. Rampage Jackson's son has no experience in wrestling, and unfortunately, it didn't go well. Okay, well, MMA Guru ended up attacking Rampage Jackson and his son, and after attacking him, okay, after making about a dozen videos about Rampage Jackson and his son and how Rampage Jackson's son should go to jail and prison for his life, all right, for life, basically life in prison, MMA Guru said, this is MMA Guru's quote, okay, this is MMA Guru's quote. For actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. I repeat, this is MMA Guru's quote. For actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. Now, after investigating, I wanted to see, specifically what MMA Guru was talking about when he meant the word. And when you go into investigating, when I went into, more investigation, okay, I found out what word he was talking about, and he was talking about the hard R, okay? And after his past videos where he doesn't really have much support of the Muslim community, all right, which that I did say, guys, I did say maybe he doesn't like Muslims because he likes a certain fighter, a certain style of fighter. You know what I mean? Maybe he's not racist towards a Muslim, but maybe he likes a certain style of fighter. But at the end of the day, I did give my opinion, and I said, if you are making these comments like this, for actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. In my opinion, if it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, then damn it, it's a motherfucking duck. Okay? And at the end of the day, maybe MMA Guru is the hard R, which is racist. But that was the gist of the topic today. We went in, okay? We went in this topic, but I just gave you the gist, okay? Let me read some of his comments. I saw the vid, but I never heard him say that. Maybe it's the new vid. He did say that. He did say that. Okay, he did say that. You could actually go look it up. Somebody has it. Somebody made it into a short as well. Somebody took it from his live and made it into a short, and I actually watched the short, and I watched it multiple times. I watched it multiple times because I literally wanted to make sure that I heard it. I saw it. The video existed. There it is. Holy shit. OMG. There it is. And guys, I'm talking Django style races. I'm talking guys with the white hoods, pitchforks, okay, on their horses, gabbling to your house to burn it down, okay? Oh, gosh. Damn, I have to look into it. Mars, look into it. Look into it because I already saw it. I already saw it. It's out there, all right? For actions like this, we should be able to call him the word. He said it, guys. He said it. All right. And unfortunately, when I read into the comments of that live, I have to say he has a lot of racist supporters. A lot. A lot. I'm talking a whole shit ton. Okay. So, I mean, good luck to him. Good luck to his community. But it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. Okay. LOL Django, that KKK scene is hilarious. Hassan, that's the reason why I brought it up. That shit was hilarious, man. That shit was hilarious, man. Roger says, see you, man. When you streaming again? Well, I'm most likely going to get on the live. Most likely, I'll probably get on the live tomorrow. I'm probably going to get on the live tomorrow or tonight. We shall see. We'll see if MMA Guru ends up making another video saying something stupid. Okay? So I could come on here and give a rebuttal. All right? And like I said, guys, I am not a huge supporter of Rampage Jackson either. All right? Like I said, Rampage Jackson is a jackass himself. All right? I have my reasons, and I did state my reasons. Okay? But never in my right mind, would I ever say something like this. Say a statement like this, a quote like this. But to each their own, guys. To each their own. All right, brother. Latino, stand up. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up, guys. Okay? I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. I really do. Okay? Run up these likes. Run up these subscriptions. You already know what it is, okay? This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Okay? Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Peace, one love. Until next time.